Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a drugstore walkthrough. This was me just coming in and starting off in the cosmetic section. I was eyeballing this because it was green and I'm looking for a green sunscreen to reduce redness. The one I used, they don't sell anymore, so I was trying to see if I could find one here. Everything was on sale, as it usually is when the prices are inflated, and I just seen that bottle of foundation was so tiny. I'd go through it like that. So then just perusing and browsing. I used to wear this as a teenager, this I think it's Maybelline with the little puffer applicator. It was pretty controversial when it first came out because of the bacteria, but it was really handy. This was Rimmel London. The bottle was so tiny. I remember, you guys, back in the day, Rimmel, the foundations they had would have little sample bottles that you could take home, but they were just maybe half the size of that regular bottle. See, I'm pointing it out, and you could just take it home and use it. And I used to just always take them and have foundation all the time when I was around 13. This one didn't look mixed very well. All the glitter was coming up and it just looked kind of yucky compared to the other ones. The other ones look fine. I wonder why. Anyways, the nail polish in the drugstore here is always really organized, but holy cow, $16.99 for Essie. I remember when they were $10, and that was even really pricey. Physicians Formula, I seen this green thing, but it didn't have any SPF. Please, you guys, if you know a good green sunscreen, please let me know, because it works so well for my skin and I love to wear sunscreen. But the one that I usually use is discontinued now, at least in this country, Canada. Please let me know. Then just taking a peek at other products. Physicians Formula has a really nice packaging typically. Then I looked at this Nux plumping lip serum. I thought the rose on top was super duper cute, and it looks so thick. Look at how thick that serum is. It doesn't even move. But the rose was so cute, and it's $27, so pretty expensive stuff. I hope it works well. Then just some loose powders. This Burt's Bee stand, that was so embarrassing. I thought it was a door to unveil other products, but it was just a sign that I popped out of place on accident. Then I was just going down the next aisle, and it was kind of they were restocking shelves, so I didn't want to get in the employee's way. And then this is kind of just the health section. They had a bunch of keto and special protein bars. This looked really luxurious, this coconut bar. And some of this food looked so good, but it was pretty pricey. They always make protein bars look so delicious and put ice cream and stuff on them, and then you taste them and they're cardboard. They always fool me. They had some M&M meats in there, and Nanaimo bars, which I love, you guys. If you ever tasted them, they're so good. This big bottle of shampoo, socks, and then they had that boob tape for clothing, another different type you can get. pretty cool stuff. This was like all their bathroom products. These cute little sewing kits or nail kits were $12.99. You can get really similar ones at the Dollar Tree. But they were really pretty, and this face mask was so cute. Some hand soap. Most of these brands also are sold at Dollarama. I'm very frugal, so I like to always compare how much things are at different stores. Even the Method, they were $8 here, but half that price at the Dollarama. Fiji and hand sanitizer, $12 for that big bottle of sanitizer. This is a really expensive drugstore, so this is usually the deodorant I get, and on special it wasn't too bad of a price, six something. At Walmart it's like $11. I used the Fiji by Old Spice, and it actually is aluminum free, but it doesn't make you have like irritation, or you don't go through that phase of like it not working very well, if that makes sense. A lot of aluminum free deodorants kind of suck, but that one is really good. Some razors. There were all these sunscreens, but none really for the face. This big CeraVe bottle, I actually noticed it went up in price. I think that says $33, but a few years ago it was $25. So it went up a little bit, but everything has. Just like to compare and stuff. Yeah, I really like Nivea. This was Nivea Soft, which is a really good product. They were 20% off. And then this is my daily to go, is this blue Nivea, and it was also on sale. I think that was like $10 for the big tin, which was not too bad at all. I contemplating getting one, but I still have lots. And then they have a cocoa butter cream here that I didn't even know they had. Yeah, some of their aisles are really super like organized and well stocked. More Nivea products over here. And then I ventured down this aisle. They had different hair care products. Yeah, they had a bunch of different products. I love Shea Moisture. It's just, I think, in order for it to be really effective, you have to know which different type of shampoos are good for your hair type, because they have kind of rigid, like really rigid like categories for different shampoos of what hair type it's good for. Obviously it's made for more textured hair, so yeah, I have, I think, a low porosity hair type, and these Maui moistures are pretty good too. I really liked the colors of these bottles, like the green and the pink. Even together they looked really pretty. I love those shades. And then this was like a huge pack of adult wipes. They look massive, and they were only $7.29. I love a big wipe. They had hair clips and hair brushes. I'm always on the hunt for a good clip. I wear my hair in clips a lot lately. This was a pretty color for the hairbrush. I love the orange. And then I was in their little travel section. So they had a bunch of deodorants and hairsprays for travel. But they run pretty expensive. Like, I guess the convenience of having something mini, I don't know, they were like the same price as normal products. And then the refrigerator section fully stocked, really organized. It was nice. The snack aisle, they had sour cream and onion. I've never heard of Twigs. And they had so many different Pringle varieties. That was like a spicy lime, which I thought might taste good. But Pringles, it's one of those things where the flavors don't really measure up when you eat it, because they are kind of like toned down versus regular chips, if that makes sense. Then they had the little snack cups for like school lunches and whatnot. They had Texas Cajun, a bunch of different types of nut mixes, and the nuts were like $6 and $5. I'm not a big nut person, but I feel like that's pretty cheap. They're usually really expensive, I thought. And the bags up top were $3.99, so nice healthy snack. So many different mouthwashes, more snacks over here. They have Made Good little granola minis with those little balls. And this one looked so good, the drizzled chocolate with the little sprinkles on top. I've never tried a Made Good bar, but I'd like to. Maybe I'll have to buy it one day. A bunch of gummies and snacks. Little mini hand sanitizers for $4. Toothbrushes, they were kind of like really expensive. $7.99 just for one toothbrush. That's crazy. And I go through them fast because, you know, you gotta switch them out pretty frequently. The chocolate looks so good. I'm a chocolate girl. I love a chocolate bar. And then, yeah, just kind of wandering around. Then I headed in the Dollarama. I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys. They had all this, like, gardening stuff, which I love. I'm a big gardener. I love house plants and stuff. All these pool noodles I was just getting out of that lady's way. But yeah, they have all types of grow kits and starter supplies, even grow bags. I thought these were cute, the little gloves for the kids to be able to help. It was cute. They have fertilizers and seeds. There was only like carrots and cauliflower in here, I believe, but still, they have everything that you might need. Even gardening, like outdoor supplies, the shovels, spears, the hose, everything. They have it all. Even like the sprinkler system where there's little cuts in the hose and it kind of sprays and waters your garden. This was $4 for that pack of carabiners, which I thought was good. I think I need to get one for like my keys. Did you notice that they even have the replacement doorknobs for doors? I just got that looking back, but that's pretty crazy. At Lowe's or Home Depot, a door knob replacement could run about $50. That's pretty cool. Painting supplies, which can also run pretty expensive at other places. I love these lily pads with the flowers, and they had a lot of fun garden decor. Those flowers were so gorgeous with the bright colors. Some hula hoops, all different types of trellises for vining plants, some bulbs for $2.75, which is a pretty good price. There's all the trellises. Sometimes those look so elegant in a garden. Then I was looking at just to see if there was an empty aisle. This is kind of like the organization, cleaning supply part of the store. They had some detergent, a bunch of like buckets and storage containers and stuff. Some recycling buckets even. I really love these glass and bamboo food storage little containers they sell. I bought a few of these tiny ones I'm picking up there for like my spices in the kitchen. And little containers for snacks if you go to work or school. I liked these heart-shaped ones. They'd be good for like sauces, really little mini ones, even those too. Some mugs. Glassware. And over here they had kitchen supplies. Lots of different strainers and steamers and little rice washer things. Yeah, sorry for all the movement, guys. I was just I think I was recording while I shopped, so I was just looking at everything. They had some really pretty tablecloths there. And wash rags, little microfiber dish towels and stuff. Then they had all these types of crafting supplies. I loved the foam here. I was squishing it. I wanted to buy it. If you guys would like me to do a clay or like foam ASMR video, let me know. They had these leather swatches. And then all types of stickers. They even had the stickers up there said handmade with love, which I thought was cool. So little small businesses can get like nice stickers for their packaging. These rose stickers were so gorgeous. They have letters and rhinestones, flowers, and even button stickers up there. That was cool too, the little disco ball stickers, all types of stuff. They had a lot of storage options if you're a crafter for like beads or jewelry making supplies. Lots of nice storage. They had these little bead kits, and they even came with the pliers. I thought that was pretty cool and a good price. These were a really pretty shade of green. They had a bracelet making kit for little girls. I would have loved something like that when I was a kid. Lots of different stuff, even all types of crocheting, yarn, and the hooks that you need. Some beads, silly bands, little sewing kits, and different types of sewing kits. Lots of stuff. Measuring tape, craft scissors. These craft scissors looked like really good quality, and sometimes the little sharp ones can be pretty expensive. So that was cool to see. Then I was kind of just walking down the aisle, seeing what was there. I thought that was so cute for like little kids to learn their alphabet. Little letter clothespins. All types of glues and paints, and the acrylic paints at the Dollarama they're pretty good quality, I'd say. You can buy like really big tubes, like that's a lot of paint in those tubes. Some sponging and watercolors, bigger paintbrushes. They had a bunch of different types of canvases, and the canvas material is actually really thick and nice. Really nice candle selection. They had these ones which were like funky, and then they had these really luxurious looking glass candles. This was like a haystack. It smelled so good, you guys. It was kind of like a mapley scent. And then this one was really delicious as well. Mountain Cabin and Hayride. They smelled so good. Like, the Hayride was so nice. It was like maple, outdoorsy, but fresh at the same time. This one was like a pine scent, and I really liked it. But Hayride was my favorite. So definitely check these types out if you're in Dollarama. They also had these air fresh candles, and I was just looking how they worked. They didn't really have too potent of a scent, but I seen that they're like air freshener ones, so I think you have to light them for the scent to kind of like go in the air. Like the Airwick, they even say comparable to Airwick candles. That one was orchid scent. Then this little tiny one. These were so adorable. They even had little jam candles. They're all wrapped up like a little jam. I couldn't smell them through the foil, but they were really cute. They had all these candles with like carving in the wax. Little tea lights. You could get 2 for $1. There I am pointing out the Hayride again. I loved that. Some fake candles, lighters, wooden like crafts you can paint or just use as decor. Some wall stickers and room decor, stuff like that. The butterflies were so pretty. And then I was really intrigued by these. They were like peel and stick tiles, and they looked really nice. You get 1 sheet for $1, and they looked pretty like the real deal. But it's not a good price because you need 1 for $1, but if you're doing a whole black splash, you might need about 20 tiles, and at that point, you could probably go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get like a box of them for maybe $20 to $30 if they're on sale. So, but I was just like intrigued, like it's pretty cool they sell those. I wonder how they hold up and like how strong the adhesive is. They even had ones that were like real wood and fake marble. Those ones up there was a really small panel, but that was like kind of like that real pressed wood. Really cool. I didn't know they sold that. They even had curtain rods, which I thought was really cool. Those can be pretty pricey other places. Even like curtains and those accordion shades. They had a bunch of different lighting options. These were pretty cute, little purple flowers, a little garland light with fake leaves. These are really pretty globes. And then on this side, it was just like, they had some fake plants, and these actually looked super real. I believe actually my coworker has one of these, and I thought it was real for like a really long time. Her desk is kind of far from mine, but that was like funny. The keys. After the winter comes the spring. They even have these really cute macrame plant holders. Some little shells for decor. They were pretty cute. I wonder if they're real. I think they are. Where do they come from, I wonder? some more little shells. And then there's the pet section. And just kind of wandering around. This was, see, the Fiji soap, it's $5 here. Earlier in the video, I showed you what it was at that expensive drugstore, and it was quite a bit more expensive. Herbal essence, this pink shampoo smells so good. They had some hair dye, that Monday shampoo and conditioner that's kind of popular, went viral on TikTok. See, the dial is $2.50 as compared to like the $7. You just gotta be a smart shopper. I thought these were really cute, these bottles with the blue designs. They reminded me of Greece. And the big refills were like $3 or $4, which I thought was a good price. I buy those ones and they usually last. They fill up your soap dispensers maybe like 5 or 6 times, so it's pretty good. And then the flower wall, I always love walking past here. Some of these fake flowers look so gorgeous. That's a peony right there. That's what a peony looks like. And then all sorts of pretty colors and greenery, and I thought this would look really cute on like a trellis or like a gazebo, one of those wooden ones. Then the snack aisle. I love these Ringolos. They had Lay's and all types of chips. I love Sun Chips all of a sudden. And then I'm going back. Sorry guys, I hope the camera isn't moving too fast. I was just looking around and shopping. At first I thought that ladder was something for sale, but then I realized it's for employees.